Hey guys, it is time for my last book review in my little Halloween masked book review series. If you have not seen the others, I will link a playlist up here of all of my book reviews so that you can check them all out. They're pretty much all the same genre of like mystery, thriller, murder, suspense, that kind of book, because that's what I like. But I especially thought I would go ahead and throw a few out to you this month since, it's October. It's a creepy time of month, so you might want to read something a little creepy. Today's book is by Steve Hamilton, and it is called A Cold Day in Paradise. Now, I picked this up at a thrift store. I think it was Goodwill. No idea, just kind of looked at it. I saw the name and just kind of grabbed it. Didn't really look that much more at it. Let me go ahead and read the little blurb to you about it, and then we'll just kind of go from there, and I can't wait to tell you about it. When first published, A Cold Day in Paradise won both the Edgar and Shamus Awards for Best First Novel, launching Steve Hamilton into the top ranks of today's crime writers. Now see for yourself why this extraordinary novel has galvanized the literary and mystery community as no other book before it. Other than the bullet lodged near his heart, former Detroit cop Alex McKnight thought he had put the nightmare of his partner's death and his own near-fatal injury behind him. After all, the man convicted of the crimes has been locked away for years. But in the small town of Paradise, Michigan, where McKnight has traded his badge for a cabin in the woods, a murderer with the same unmistakable trademarks appears to be back. McKnight can't understand who else would know the intimate details of the old murders. And it seems like it'll be a frozen day in hell before McKnight can unravel truth from deception in a town that's anything but paradise. Okay, I don't even think I read that before I just started reading it. Once I'm done with one book, I grab another one. I just have like a stack of them. And I started to read this and I was like, oh my gosh. Because if you don't know, I live in Michigan. And this book is talking about all these places in the Upper Peninsula. It's talking about places in the Lower Peninsula, places I've been to before, sometimes several times, or some places several times. I loved this so much. This is honestly one of my most favorite books I have read in a really long time. And it's because it is based where I live. And so when he's talking about different places, I can picture these places because I've been there. And so I thought that was so awesome. And that's not the only thing that makes this book amazing. The writing, oh my gosh, it is so good. It keeps you guessing. You might think you know what's going on. You have no idea. And that is what I love out of a book. I want to get to the end when things start unraveling and you start seeing what the real story is and you're like, what? That's what I want out of a book. And this book totally delivers that. The imagery, I'm real big on imagery in books. So when he's describing the landscape of Paradise and what the weather's like and Lake Superior and Sault Ste. Marie and the locks and all that stuff, like, I love that imagery, and especially because I already know, so I can really see it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so cool. I'm getting really geeked out and like excited about this, but I'm seriously so excited. And this just so happens to be the first book in the Alex McKnight series. Do you know how excited that makes me? That means I am most definitely getting the rest of the books in the series because I loved it so much, and I cannot wait to see how this story keeps going. Because I have a feeling it's going to be real, real good. I love the main character, Alex McKnight. I love his personality, his struggle, I really like his character a lot. I loved the other characters in this story, and I'm excited to see where some of them, like how it continues. This book is so good. It's a hard thing sometimes to do book reviews because I don't want to tell you too much because it would ruin the story, but I want you to know that it's something like good enough to pick up and read because it totally is. So I highly recommend this. If you're interested in hearing kind of about, like Michigan a little bit, like what the weather is like here or the landscape or things like that, it is pretty cool to be able to read this and kind of hear some of that. And I love where I live. I'm a Michigan girl through and through, so I am all about anything Michigan, and I grew up here. This is where I've always lived, and I never want to live anywhere else. And I just thought this was so cool the way he, talked about the different areas, and I have a feeling in the future books he's going to talk more about some places down in the Lower Peninsula because just the way the story was going. So I'm super excited to hear about those and be able to picture these places that I've been to also, or even places that I haven't yet in Michigan. But so I am so excited about this find. It was just a total by accident. I liked the way the jacket of the book looked and the name, and I thought, well, that sounds like something I would like, and I just grabbed it. So it was a total accidental find that I am so excited about, and I cannot wait to get the rest of the series. And I promise you, if you read this, you are going to like it. There's no way you can't like it. It is so well written. It's so good. And whether you're from Michigan or not, it's a dang good book. And I think it's going to be a dang good series. And I'm about to get the rest of it for myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little masked series of my book reviews here for October. I just thought it would be kind of fun to be in character and costume, because at least I'll give you something interesting to look at while you listen to me blab, right? So, yep, Steve Hamilton, A Cold Day in Paradise, the Alex McKnight series. This is the first book in it. So, definitely check it out. And he actually went to University of Michigan, so pretty cool. But he lives in New York now, yeah. So I am so thrilled about this book. In case you couldn't tell, I'm such a nerd. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.